Well, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Game 3 of our triple header tonight on the Zaleski Sports Network. Joined by my awesome producer, Olivia Zimmerman, who is working her last baseball game of the season right now before moving on to football, soccer, and volleyball and everything else she does. This is Joe Anderson saying thank you for tuning in and watching. We got quite a matchup here between Eau Claire and Viroqua. Viroqua will be the home team in this matchup. The defense for the Sox on the hill, Hunter Vickmeyer, Evan Hubach, the catcher, Jordan Hauser is at first. Brandon Stadler, the second baseman, Jacob Powder at third, Griffin Olson, the shortstop. Ryan Kim in left, Gavin Galitzer in center, and Tate Knutson in right. And they will face Lance Lettner, Brett Jensen, and Andy Neese for the Rivermen. The Rivermen went down in Game 1 this afternoon to the Brill Millers, 4-3. And leading off is Lance Lettner, the left-handed hitter. So 6:47 is our start time. Ground ball, Stadler, over to first for the putout. Wind has not died down at all today. Excuse me, just inhaled a cheeseburger. Temperature is now a balmy 68 degrees. Our previous games, it was 69 degrees start time. It was supposed to get up to 71. I don't think it ever did. They said it got up to 70 at 4 p.m., but I don't think so. It's going to be pretty chilly tonight. They're talking about highs in the 80s tomorrow. And a base hit from Olson. Can't get it in time. So a base hit for Brett Jensen deep in the hole. It's short. We'll bring up Andy Neese, the DH. Herrick and Hart Law Office. They've been on the side of the injured since 1951. Find them at eauclairlaw.com. Count even at a ball on the strike. Swing and a miss for strike two. Mike Huber on the bases in blue. Mark Horn behind the plate. Calling balls and strikes. Had a chance to work with Mark on a few occasions. Some high school ball. Good umpire. 2-2 the count. Big shout out to John Kramenacher, who's organized this whole and is managing this tournament here in Wisconsin Rapids. Best part is he feeds me. I've had cheeseburgers and fries, so thank you, John. And thank you to the Wisconsin Rapids people. Great facility, high fly ball. Gilitzer makes the catch in center for out number 2. Joel Efforts, number 4 hitter in the lineup. The burly third baseman steps in. Now we got the... Is there a way you can get the pitches off, too, for the home team? Or guest pitches? Now we got the scoreboard out and right field all set up. That ball skips away from Hubac. That'll allow Jensen to proceed to second base with 2 outs. Vickmeyer with a unique stance on that. High fly ball, center field. Back goes Gillitzer. Back goes Gillitzer. And he makes the catch. It was quite an effort, but he made it. So back-to-back putouts by the center fielder. No runs on 1 hit, 1 left. We head to the bottom of the first. You're watching WBA Baseball on Zaleski Sports.
You're tuned in to Better Halves. Mike, what are you looking for?
Skip, I'm not getting older. I'm getting better. I still got big plans for my life and my Medicare.
I know exactly what you want from Medicare. Same as all the other guys. Me!
Hey, Mike, I'm Sheila from Security, and I'm just like you. In fact, I'm from your neighborhood, and I've got a Medicare plan that treats you like you.
Did it just get better in here?
Fleet Farm has everything you need for every season of life. From tending the vegetable garden season to planting 100 acres of crops season. Fleet Farm is your one-stop shop. Whether it's strawberry jam season, cook your walleye season, or his first set of wheels season. Fleet Farm is built for every season. Fleet Farm, built for real life.
Coach's Edge. Baseball and softball coaches, check this out. Finally, the app we've all been waiting for. Coach's Edge. Coach's Edge, the app to teach your players the signs. Help extend teaching time beyond practice. Ditch the playbooks and level up your team's IQ. Your players seem to always know where their phone and technology is. Now, put your coaching knowledge in their technology with Coach's Edge. No more missed signs. Instead, unlock your players' full potential with Coach's Edge. Download Coach's Edge for free on your phone's app store. Bottom of the first inning, let's look at the defense for the Rivermen of Eau Claire. Jesse Urbanek is on the hill for the Rivermen. Jake Becker, the catcher. James Davis at first. Brent Jetson at second. Joe Efforts at third. Sawyer Sturz. I'll say that again. Sawyer Stirs at short. There we go. In left field is Alex Chula. Lance Lettner in center. Tyler Gray in right. And DHing is Andy Neese. Viroqua will bring up Griffin Olson, Ryan Kim, and Hunter Vickmeyer here in the bottom of the first. 68 degrees out and a brisk wind from the north-northwest at 15 to 25 miles an hour. And the sun is teasing us again by coming back out. For a while, you'll think everything's going to kind of start to clear off, and then the clouds will thicken and will be overcast again. The lanky right-hander for the Rivermen has got a 1-2 count on Griffin Olson. Rivermen looking to bounce back in this game against the Sox from Viroqua. Rivermen lost 4-3 in game 1 against the Brill Millers. And that ripped foul down the first baseline. Griffin Olson hitting from the left-hand side. Three and two. Here's the pitch. Foul back. Olson, the shortstop for Viroqua. The pitch popped up, out of play, and really working the count against Urbanek. After all that, Griffin Olsen draws the walk. As John Kraumenacher he's a spitting image of Andy Reid, the head football coach of Kansas City Chiefs, but John's got a better mustache.
Left fielder, number 10,
Ryan Kim, the batter. Griffin Olsen at first after trying a leadoff walk. Throw back to first, not in time. The pitch. Called a strike. Mark Horn calling balls and strikes, sporting the black jacket. Going old school. Button-down jacket. Back in time, close. Back in the 40s and 30s, 40s, and 50s, the umpires used to wear suits with ties. He bunts, foul. I've seen an awful lot of bunting here in the first two games. One of the lost arts. Urbanik sporting the high socks. Got to like that. Nobody else seems to be doing that. Cody Knutson, the head man for the Sox. And they get him in a pickle, and they tag him out. They guessed right. Got Olsen in a rundown. So after the rundown, Olsen is out, bases empty, and 0-2 count on Ryan Kim. Lazy fly ball to left. Chula makes the catch for out number 2. I got to say something, though. With that wind, it's made it an experience in the outfield today. And a lot of the outfielders, I think all the outfielders, every catch they've made, except for a few, have been two-handed. But we've seen some excellent defensive catching on display today. Brill won this game against Eau Claire, got a game-ending double play. And a great catch by the center fielder for Brill. And Josh Halverson caught a sinking liner with the tying run at second. And got the put out on the fly ball and threw the ball into second base. So everybody thought it was going to drop for a base hit and got the tying run out at second to end the game. That ball called a strike. And Hunter Vickmeyer not in agreement. It's 1-2 to Vickmeyer with 2 outs, bases empty, the pitch. And he hits one. It's going to stay in the infield. Jensen, the second baseman, with the catch. To end the inning, we've got 1 in the books. No runs, no hits, nobody left. We head to the second, scoreless. You're watching WBA baseball here on Zaleski Sports.
Yeah, and you think about all the different techniques he's got to have in his repertoire, right? All the arrows in his quiver, and he's got all of them here today.
I mean, medium well. Do you want it rare? Special orders, pickles, no pickles, ketchup, no ketchup.
You know, what we're seeing here, Paul, the spatula control is unreal.
Yeah, it's one of those deals where he's got absolutely no beef. He's just focused on doing his job. Yeah, I mean, without these cooks, everyone would just truly be fried.
James Davis leading off the top of the second for Eau Claire. Jake Becker on deck. Scoreless after one. Right up the box. Hit off Vic Meyer's foot. And make sure he's all right.
That'll bring up the Eau Claire catcher, number 12, Jake Becker.
Jake Becker, number 6 hitter in the lineup for the Eau Claire Rivermen. Hits one to right field. Back goes Knutson, back over his head. Going to be extra bases for Becker. He's going to dig for 3. It's going to be a close play. And he's safe. So Jake Becker with a triple with one out here in the top of the second inning for the Rivermen of Eau Claire. Cody Knutson's going to come out and ask what he's going to maybe say was there interference by the defense that hindered his runner or either interference or the tag. I'm not sure. Play stands as it is. So Sawyer Stirs, the shortstop, number 7 hitter in the lineup, the batter. And that might bring in a run. Yes, it does. So Stirs will get an RBI on the ground out. So Becker comes in after hitting a triple. Let's bring up Tyler Gray, the right fielder.
Right fielder, number 13, Tyler Gray.
Gray did some pitching today for the Rivermen. Ground ball. Stadler scoops it and throws it 10 feet over the head of Hauser at first. That is an E4. It brings up Alex Chula, the number 9 hitter for the Rivermen.
The left fielder, double O, Alex Chula.
Gray at first, Chula the batter. Good defensive work by Hubach. The 10th of August, we've got sweatshirts and pullovers on. Who'd have thought? Vic Meyer gets the swing and the miss for Chula for strike 2. 2-2. With 2 out here in the top of the second. Throw it to first, not in time. Tyler Gray at first. The pitch. Fouled off. The pitch. Chop foul again. Tell you, they've been making Hunter Vickmeyer throw an awful lot of pitches. These Rivermen. Andy Neese, the manager. And strike 3 called to end the inning. Rivermen pick up a run here in the top of the second. It's 1-0. If we head to the bottom of the second, you're watching WBA Baseball regional action here on Zaleski Sports.
Big Putts is the greatest indoor mini golf experience in the universe, as determined by unofficial independent voting. Big Putts on South 27th Street in Greenfield is open 7 days a week. Plan your next night out, weekend, birthday party, company outing, or an afternoon delight of mini golf at Big Putts. After a round of golf, test your skill in the area's best arcade. Big Putts on South 27th Street in Greenfield and Big Putts on Facebook. I like Big Putts and I cannot lie.
From humble beginnings in 1904, the Wheatrick family has grown Grassland Dairy Products into one of the largest processors of butter in the nation. Based in Greenwood, Wisconsin, the family and its hundreds of employees continue their pursuit of providing high-quality products that can proudly be served in restaurants and homes across America.
A&W restaurants are introducing the new Cap'n Crunch Cereal Shake. The A&W signature frosty mug is filled with creamy vanilla soft serve and loaded with berry-licious bits of Cap'n Crunch cereal. It'll take you back to Saturday morning cartoons and then some. At your nearest A&W All-American Food locations in Altoona, Cadott, Withee, Spencer, and Colby. Bottom of the second. Evan Hubach, Brandon Stadler, and Jordan Hauser. And one pitch, one out as Hubach flies out to right field for out number 1. Brandon Stadler will step in the bat.
That'll bring up the Viroqua second baseman, number 1, Brandon Stadler.
Urbanic starts him out with a strike. Joe Anderson here with Olivia Zimmerman, working her last regular season baseball game for the year. She's got plans tomorrow. Katie Lecton will come in tomorrow and work with me. 0-2 the count. High fly ball, center field. Back goes Lettner. He'll track it down and make the catch for the second out. If you were able to pick that up, see how far he had to drift to the left, to his left, as that wind is really still blowing pretty strongly. You can see from the trees in center field.
First baseman, number 25, Jordan Hauser.
I came from the north today in the Zaleski Mobile, and I got some pretty doggone good mileage because I had a good tailwind. Mileage will go down going home. 54 miles one way. Ball 2 to Jordan Hauser with 2 outs, bases empty. Ball 3. And Urbanic having a tough spot here finding the strike zone. The windup in the pitch. Ball 4. 4 straight pitch balls for the walk. So a 2-out walk given up to Jordan Hauser brings up Jacob Potter, the third baseman. Guys from Viroqua, not far from where I grew up. I grew up in a little town called Kendall. Viroqua, probably about a good 45 minutes to an hour. You got to go through Cashton and Vestby. And my wife is from Boscobel. Good pitch from my Urbanic. Good curveball. So very well acquainted with Viroqua. Throw back to first. Tried to pick him off. Davis had some difficulty securing the catch. Kind of a low throw from Urbanic. Friends, Bruce Orthodontics provides comprehensive orthodontic care for patients of all ages. They are now accepting new patients at their Marshfield office and accept most insurance. At Bruce Orthodontics, they're changing lives one smile at a time. Call their Marshfield office to set up a free consultation today. And good stolen base for Hauser. Viroqua looking to tie this game up if they can here in the bottom of the second. 1-1 the count to Jacob Potter. Two and one now. Throw back to second, not in time. They're keeping a close eye on Jordan Hauser. Inside for ball three, full count. And another walk given up. Back-to-back walks with 2 outs. Brings up Gavin Glitzer. Sorry for the throat clearing. I kind of got the, as this Norwegian call, the catarrh. You get that stuff in your throat. You can't clear it out. Need a good cup of coffee and it'll help clean it up. So pardon me for that. Glitzer, the center fielder, number 8 spot. And Urbanic struggling to find the strike zone. It's 1-1. He's walked back-to-back batters after getting 2 flyouts to start the inning. Two and one. The pitch. Excuse me, swing, out of play, foul. Beautiful facility here in Southwood County Park in Wisconsin Rapids. A quadruplex, 2 softball, 2 baseball diamonds with the concessions and facilities located in the center. Ground ball, could be trouble. Is he going to beat it out? Yes, he does. And that's an infield single for Gavin Glitzer. Hit it up high enough, and with his speed, he beat it out. And now Tate Knutson will step in the bat. We're going to have a little defensive conference here. While they do so, we'll talk to you about Mancino's Grinder and Pizza. They are locally owned and operated and have been a family tradition for over 27 years. For the best hot sandwich in town, grab a grinder at Mancino's, conveniently located just off Highway 53 and Claremont Avenue in Eau Claire. Number 9 hitter Tate Knutson. He's got bases loaded with 2 out. Urbanic got the first 2 hitters out, then walked 2, and then just gave up an infield single. It's always hardest to get that third out. Swing and a miss for strike 2. Bases loaded, 2 out. Can Viroqua score, or will the Rivermen thwart the threat? Ground ball to short. Stirs will go to second and get the out to end the inning. No runs on 1 hit, and they stand 3. We head to the 3rd inning, 1-0. Rivermen, you're watching WBA Baseball on Zaleski Sports.
Why work for Staub Construction?
Everybody around you is just family.
Everybody seems to bond together and get along good, and
They, I believe, truly care about their employees.
Staub has a great benefits package.
Staub is an employee-owned company that puts a large emphasis on work-life balance.
And everybody wants to see everybody succeed. It's a good place to work.
Join the team at Staub Construction. Apply now at staubco.com.
Bauer & Feind has been based in Marshfield since 1955. And if you're in business that long, you're obviously doing many things right. We always focus on selling world-class products, backing it up with world-class customer support.
Working with Bauer & Feind Business Technologies has been a pleasure. We have staff on call that we can call if we ever have issues, and the printer usability has been really easy, user-friendly.
Give us a call, visit our website. We'd be happy to come in, talk to you. Maybe there's a way we can help you save some money and work more efficiently.
Welcome back to Zaleski Sports, broadcast of WBA Baseball from Wisconsin Rapids. Joe Anderson, Olivia Zimmerman bringing you this matchup tonight. Shout out to Olivia working her last regular season baseball game of the year. This young lady's going places. She's a pretty smart cookie. Top of the 3rd. Top of the order, Griffin Olson leading things off. Griffin walked in the 1st and got caught in a rundown, 3-4-6, attempting to steal in the 1st inning. The left-handed hitting shortstop. Pardon me, this is Lance Lettner. I got the wrong side of the book. There we go, that's better. And Lettner is going to ground out to second baseman Brandon Statler. I think it's gotten to be an awfully long day, but I enjoy doing this, so be patient with me, please. So Lettner will ground out for the first out. This will bring up Brett Jensen. Brett with a single in the 1st. Sun slowly starting to set to the left of us in the west. Vickmeyer, ground ball to 3rd. Potter scoops it. We'll throw over to Hauser at 1st. Pulls him off the bag, but he gets the out. 2 up, 2 down. Andy Neese, the DH, who flew out to Gavin Galitzer in the 1st inning, will step in. Shepke Chiropractic. Whether it's water skiing, baseball, or golf, Shepke Chiropractic has got your back. For all your sports-related injuries this summer, you can rely on Shepke Chiropractic to get you back in the game. Visit us online at shepkechiropractic.com. That's SCHEPPKE chiropractic.com. Nice makes it 0-2 as he fouls that one back. You can get Culligan Water, friends, for only $9.95 a month for the first 3 months. Visit Sterling Culligan Water at CulliganH2O.com. Hey, Culligan man! For those of us who remember that old jingle. Fouls that one off. Joel Efforts on deck. Nice DHing for Jesse Urbanek, who's pitching. Rivermen with the navy blue tops with the gray numbers, letters, and trim, and gray pants. Viroqua in the white uniforms with the gray and black stripes, numbers, and lettering. And down goes Nice on strikes to end the inning. 3 up, 3 down. We head to the bottom of the third. Rivermen 1, Sox nothing. You're watching WBA Baseball on Zaleski Sports.
Paul, what we're looking for today first is that basic shopper, the one that's going to go for fruit that's in season right now, because those are the easy picks, the raspberry, the strawberry, the blueberry. But the experts, the one who are going to get the job done today and shine bright on a day like today, those are the ones shopping for the mangoes.
And when you think about vegetables at the grocery store, really there's a lot at stake, because at this point your next stop is the meat market. You don't want to be chicken when you go ahead and pick out your vegetables. You got to make sure you got the right pairing.
When you double clutch on your list, that's when things quickly spiral out of control.
Friends at Chippewa Valley Orthopedics, whether you are a professional athlete, weekend warrior, or simply have an aching joint, rest assured that you will receive unsurpassed care delivered with compassion and respect. When you need it most, visit the sports medical experts at Chippewa Valley Orthopedics. And our friends from Staub Construction, they're a premier builder of municipal and industrial water and wastewater treatment systems in the Midwest. Staub Construction, a 100% employee-owned company. Bottom of the third, 1-0 Rivermen. Can the Sox get on the board? Leading off, Griffin Olson will pop up to the shortstop, and Sturz makes the catch for the first out. Ryan Kim, the batter.
Left fielder, number 10, Ryan Kim.
Kim flew out to Alex Chula and left his first at bat. The lights have already been fired up here in Wisconsin Rapids. They have the coolest lighting system. They don't have those big circular lights. They've got these low flat lights that direct all the light down. New innovations. And they do the job. This place gets lit up very well at night for night games. Ground ball to short. Sturz. Davis got the out. 2 up, 2 down. Hunter Vickmeyer, who popped up to Brett Jensen in the first, now will come to bat.
The pitcher, number 41, Hunter Vickmeyer.
Viroqua on Highway 27. just up the road from Highway 61. Well, 61 and 27 all kind of go together, and then 27 heads off to Seneca. Popped up. And Jensen, the second baseman, will get the put out. So 1-2-3 third. We head to the fourth. 1-0 Rivermen. You're watching WBA baseball on Zaleski Sports.
Welcome to Bruce Orthodontics, where we provide comprehensive orthodontic care to patients of all ages. We are now accepting new patients, and we accept most insurances.
Orthodontics is much more than just a job to me. It is my passion and my life. What separates us from other orthodontists is constant continuing education for myself and my staff, compassion, and dedication. Here at Bruce Orthodontics, we change lives one smile at a time. I'd love the opportunity to meet you and transform your smile.
Call us to set up your free consultation today.
You're tuned in to Better Halves. Mike, what are you looking for?
Skip, I'm not getting older. I'm getting better. I still got big plans for my life and my Medicare.
I know exactly what you want from Medicare. Same as all the other guys. Me!
Hey, Mike, I'm Sheila from Security, and I'm just like you. In fact, I'm from your neighborhood, and I've got a Medicare plan that treats you like you.
Did it just get better in here?
Coach's Edge. Baseball and softball coaches, check this out. Finally, the app we've all been waiting for. Coach's Edge. Coach's Edge, the app to teach your players the signs. Help extend teaching time beyond practice, ditch the playbooks, and level up your team's IQ. Your players seem to always know where their phone and technology is. Now put your coaching knowledge in their technology with Coach's Edge. No more missed signs. Instead, unlock your players' full potential with Coach's Edge. Download Coach's Edge for free on your phone's App Store. Joe Anderson, Olivia Zimmerman. Top of the fourth, 1-0 Rivermen. Joel Efforts leading off for Eau Claire. Bless you. Sun slowly setting to the west. Lights are on. And pitch high. 2-1 to count to Joel Efforts. Hunter Vickmeyer, the pitch. Outside, couldn't frame it. Hubach doing what he could. A little bit too outside, and Mark Horn's not going to call that a strike. Inside. Ball 3. 3-2. Rivermen looking to bounce back after losing the Brill earlier today. And a walk to lead off the fourth inning for the Rivermen. Joel Efforts now at first. James Davis, the tall first baseman for Eau Claire, the batter, with one on. He squares to bunt. Bunts it up in the air, but it's going to go way over the screen for strike one. Olivia using Coach's Edge right now. Strike two on the missed bunt and a throw down the first. I'm just teasing. It's the one thing I always that I do not miss from teaching. Put your phones away. Don't worry, she's on task. I'm just teasing her. They call that a strike. Yeah, that he offered. Yep. Count is 0-2 with 2 outs, runner at first. And a strikeout of Davis. Jake Becker now will step in. He had a a 1-out triple in the second. Came in on Sawyer Sturr's ground ball to score the one and only run so far in this contest.
The catcher, number 12, Jake Becker.
For those of us who were Olivia's age, what is she, 17? Good grief. Got socks older than you. Those of us who grew up out in the rural areas, we had the landlines, we had the party lines. We had 4 people on our party line. Oh, goodness sakes. I don't miss those. You know what a party line is? She's heard of it. It's where you had three households sharing one line. So if you were on the phone and I wanted to use the phone, I could listen in on what you were talking about and talking to. I don't miss party lines. Snap throw back to first. Did they get him? No, he dropped it. That would have been a close play, but Hauser, that was a tough play to make. Couldn't secure the ball. Jake Becker, 2-1 count to him. Ground ball fouled on the first baseline. In between games, we were talking about computers and whatnot, and told the gentleman up here, said I saw my first computer my last day of high school in May of 1981. And he said, how old are you? And I said, I'm 61. He said, oh, now I know why. And struck him out looking. Becker down on strikes. Back-to-back strikeouts after a leadoff walk. Now Sawyer Sturrs.
The shortstop, number 22, Sawyer Sturrs.
Will step into the box, a 2-out runner at first. Another snap throw back to first. Got him! So that will end the top of the fourth. Go to the bottom of the fourth. It's 1-0 Rivermen. You're watching WBA Baseball on Zaleski Sports.
Culligan Water delivers. From your first call, to your first sip, to your first soak. Culligan, give us a tap. The only water that comes with a van.
Rich, creamy, and fun. Point Craft Soda. Caffeine-free, made with 100% real sugar. From Stevens Point Brewery.
A&B Process Systems has been a proud member of the Stratford community since 1973. You can find your next career in engineering, welding, and more at A&B Process Systems. Our campus also includes our exclusive Factory Acceptance Testing Center with full-service testing capabilities to ensure that your equipment will perform to your expectations. Visit A&B Process Systems on Facebook today for more information.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's getting we're getting a little punch happy up here. The only calm one is Olivia. Head to the bottom of the fourth. And the Viroqua Sox will bring up Evan Hubach, Brandon Statler, and Jordan Hauser. Friends, the Dahlman Insurance Agency provides business, home, auto, and farm insurance throughout the Chippewa Valley. Contact Eric Knutson in Elk Mound or Wayne Dahlman in Eau Claire. Dahlman Insurance, come for the rates, stay for the service. And Security Financial Bank, SFB. Whether you are starting a business, buying your first home, or saving for college, SFB are the bankers who believe in you. Learn more today at sfbank.com. Member FDIC. Again, a shout out to John Kromenacher for keeping me full of French fries and cheeseburgers today. 2-1 the count on Hubach, who flew out to Knutson. Who flew out to Gray. Hits a little nubber. Urbanic over to first for the out. Stadler, the batter, who flew out to Lance Lettner in center. His first at bat in the second inning.
Second baseman, number 1.
Jesse Urbanic in the fourth inning of work has walked 3, struck out none. Only given up 1 hit. Pitching from the windup. Sun setting to the west. Ground ball to short. Stirs. And a good scoop by Davis. 2 up, 2 down. Brings up Jordan Hauser, who walked, stole a base, and was stranded at third in the second inning. They had bases loaded at Viroqua on the bottom of the second and could not bring a run over. Swing and a miss. 1-1 the count. Bases empty, 2 outs here in the bottom of the fourth. 1-0 Rivermen. Urbanic, the pitch. Fly ball left field. Fair! Gonna be extra bases. Here goes Hauser digging in, and he'll have a stand-up double with 2 outs. Great hit. Bounced just inside the left field line near the foul pole. Solid double for Jordan Hauser. I'll bring up Jacob Potter, who walked in the second. Viroqua trying to get on the board here in the bottom of the fourth. Again, Viroqua around my neck of the woods, about 35, 40 miles down to the southwest of where I grew up. Foul back just up the road from where my wife grew up in Boscobel. So they've had a little bit of a journey to get up here to Rapids, along with several of the other teams. I mean, Jim Falls is a good hike, so is Brill. Ground ball. No, he fouled it off. I'm digging that jacket by Mark Horn. Old school umpiring. Looks good. It used to be how they did it, too. I mean, even till about the late 80s, early 90s, all the umpires had jackets. Unless it was really hot, like in St. Louis, they would wear their polos. Fly ball to right. Will it drop? Yes, it will. They're going to send him. Hauser never slowed down. Turned on the Jets and scored the tying run with 2 outs. An RBI single for Jacob Potter. Brings in Jordan Hauser, and we're tied at 1.
Center fielder, number 24, Gavin Gillitzer.
And Gavin Gillitzer, 1 for 1. Popped up. Davis makes the catch at first and ends the inning. Well, Jacob Potter with the RBI single drives in Jordan Hauser. We're tied at 1 after 4. You're watching WBA Regional Tournament Baseball on Zaleski Sports.
A nice controlled turn, and here comes the pontoon. What a boat.
I don't know that you can have a better activity today than the pontoon through this event. I said this is a world-class event. That was a world-class trailering of that pontoon right there.
Now we've got the green arrow, so now you got a little bit of a little. Oh! U-turn! U-turn! Oh my goodness!
U-turn? You gotta be kidding me!
It's a broadcaster's dream because we're literally in the middle of a crossing pattern.
Today's game is brought to you by Toyson Ford. Stop in at Toyson Ford to pick out your new ride. Come see why all your friends and neighbors say you'll find a friend at Toyson Ford. An SC Swiderski apartment or home is certain to be where you want to live, work, and play throughout the Chippewa Valley. No matter where you live, look to SC Swiderski to make you feel right at home. Wall-to-Wall Carpet One, located on East Hamilton Avenue in Eau Claire. Give Wall-to-Wall Carpet One a call at 715-598-4485. Since 2009, Momentum Baseball Academy has been leading baseball instruction in western Wisconsin. Momentum Baseball Academy, official partner of the Eau Claire Express.
Chippewa Valley Orthopedic. Rely on the experience of our sports medicine team when you experience any sports-related injury or issue. You can count on prompt, proper diagnosis, and customized treatment plans to meet your goals. Their orthopedic surgeons and our athletic trainers serve your athlete in Eau Claire, Chippewa Falls, and western Wisconsin. Sawyer Stirs will ground out here to lead off the top of the fifth. Who caught the ground?
Right fielder, number 13, Tyler Gray.
Who caught the ground ball? Who fielded it?
When? Oh, right just now.
Just now.
Right fielder.
Thank you. Tyler Gray, the batter, reached on an error in the second inning. Ground ball, fair. Hauser takes it himself for the second out. Both hits to the right side here in the top of the fifth for the Rivermen. Two up, two down. Brings up Alex Chula, who struck out looking in the second inning.
Left fielder, double O, Alex Shula.
Well, Shula, the batter. Ground ball to second. Stadler scoops it over to Hauser. And that was a quick inning. 1-2-3. Head to the bottom of the fifth. Score remains 1-0. You're watching WBA regional baseball action here on Zaleski Sports.
You're tuned in to Better Halves. Mike, what are you looking for?
Skip, I'm not getting older. I'm getting better. I still got big plans for my life and my Medicare.
I know exactly what you want from Medicare. Same as all the other guys. Me!
Hey, Mike, I'm Sheila from Security, and I'm just like you. In fact, I'm from your neighborhood, and I've got a Medicare plan that treats you like you.
Did it just get better in here?
Fleet Farm has everything you need for every season of life. From tending the vegetable garden season to planting 100 acres of crops season. Fleet Farm is your one-stop shop. Whether it's strawberry jam season, cook your walleye season, or his first set of wheels season. Fleet Farm is built for every season. Fleet Farm, built for real life.
Welcome back, friends. Joe Anderson joined by Olivia Zimmerman on production. Thanks for tuning in. Checking out the score of the NFL preseason game. Today the Packers played at Cleveland and won 23-10. They led 17-3 at half. Jordan Love had a pretty good game, played a little bit, sat down. Should be an interesting division between Detroit and Chicago and Green Bay. Even Minnesota can make a little bit of noise. We'll see what happens. Tate Knutson leads things off for Viroqua here in the bottom of the fifth. Fly ball left field. Chula says it's mine and makes the out. Wind still pretty brisk, but quieting down some. Well, not really. It's still, you look at those trees in center field and the leaves are still blowing pretty hard. It's only about 68 degrees and the winds are blowing out of the north-northwest at 15 to 25. Jesse Urbanic here through 4. Walk 3, yet to strike out a batter. And no runs allowed for the lanky right-hander for the Rivermen of Eau Claire. Griffin Olson walked, popped up to short. And once he walked in the first, he got in a pickle. 3-4-6. And the left-handed hitting shortstop with a count of 1-2. Urbanic works fast. Ground ball, foul. Down the first baseline. Got a good group of people watching us on the network. Thanks for tuning in tonight. Leave some positive comments on the YouTube page. I'll acknowledge your comments on the air. Be nice to know who's watching and from where. 1-2 the count. The pitch. Popped up. Playable. Davis has got a beat on it at first, and he makes the catch for the second out. Ryan Kim 0 for 2, flew out the left and grounded out to short. And that pitch off speed way inside. Kim gets out of the way. You can start to see the lights start to kind of begin taking effect here soon. Kim hits a fly ball to right. Gray will track it down in a quick 1-2-3 inning. 5 complete, 1-0 Rivermen. We head to the 6th. You're watching WBA baseball action on Zaleski Sports.
Yeah, and you think about all the different techniques he's got to have in his repertoire, right? All the arrows in his quiver, and he's got all of them here today.
I mean, medium well. Do you want it rare? Special orders, pickles, no pickles, ketchup, no ketchup.
You know, what we're seeing here, Paul, the spatula control is unreal.
Yeah, it's one of those deals where he's got absolutely no beef. He's just focused on doing his job. Yeah, I mean, without these cooks, everyone would just truly be fried.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Got to give a shout out to Joshua. He's watching from Durand. Thanks for tuning in, Joshua. Appreciate it. Like to see where everybody else is watching from as well. Feel free to chime in on the YouTube page. So thanks, Joshua. We appreciate it. Top of the order, leading things off for the Rivermen here in the 6th. Lance Lettner, Brett Jensen, and Andy Neese. Lettner batting from the left side, 0 for 2. Lays down a bunt. Potter scoops it over to first to get the out. I'll tell you something, Lettner is a speedster. Almost beat that one out, but quick hands and a good throwing arm by Jacob Potter gets the put out. Brett Jensen, 1 for 2. Had a single in the first and a ground out in the third. pitcher's duel between these two teams. Hunter Vickmeyer and Jesse Urbanek. Nice pitch from Vickmeyer. Nice curveball. And struck him out. 2 up, 2 down. Kind of reminds me of the 91 World Series Game 7 between the Braves and the Twins in the old Metrodome in Minneapolis. Jack Morris threw 10 innings, and they won 1-0. Can you imagine a pitcher going 10 innings in a 1-0 game? I mean, a scoreless game until through the 10th. I think Warren Spahn once pitched 13 innings. He had a no-hitter until the 13th when they gave up 1 run to the Giants and lost 1-0, something like that in the 50s. The pitch in the turf. Yeah, Mike Steinwagner, who likes to come over and chat while we do broadcasts in Marshfield. Shout out to Mike. We talked about pitching. Right now you see so many major league pitchers who coming down with Tommy John surgery. They hurt their elbows or their shoulders or whatever. And they talk now about exit velocity and everybody trying to throw 100 miles an hour on every pitch. Well, there's a difference between throwing and pitching. Because back in the old days, now I sound like that old guy in the porch, get off my lawn, you darn kids, but there is a difference. I mean, you see a lot of these fellows from the 40s, 50s, way back when, they throw an enormous amount of innings. But they're not throwing 100 miles an hour on every pitch. They didn't. They changed speeds. They changed location. Walter Johnson, one of the best pitchers. I mean, he was a big man and could throw really hard. Swung at strike 3, bounced in the turf, and he's going to end up reaching first. I'm not insinuating that either of these pitchers is throwing too hard. They're throwing well, but just an observation. Joel Efforts. 0 for 1. Flew out to center and drew a walk in the 4th. But there is a difference between pitching and throwing. And they knew how to do it. Now everything, like I said before, exit velocity and throw as hard as you can, and too many injuries in the elbows and the shoulders. Versus softball, which is more of a natural motion of your arm. When you throw overhand, that's really not a natural motion. That's what you don't see very many softball pitchers with elbow injuries. Strike called. 2-1 the count to Efforts. Nice at first. Hubach tried to frame that and couldn't pull it in quick enough. Where is everybody watching from? Who's watching? Josh is watching from Duran. We want to see who else is watching. Chime in on the YouTube page, friends. Got a good crowd on hand viewing. That one was called a strike. 3-2 the count. The only run that Hunter Vickmeyer gave up was in the 2nd. And Jake Becker hit a 1-out triple and scored on a ground out by Sawyer Sturz. Runner goes, but it's ball 4. And that wild pitch on strike 3 might come back and haunt Hunter Vickmeyer. We'll see. Or will he get James Davis to ground out or strike out? Davis 0 for 2. Did ground out right off the foot of Hunter Vickmeyer in the second and struck out in the fourth. And a big swing and a miss for strike 1. Inside for ball 2. 2 on, 2 out. Rivermen looking to increase their lead. Only run scored in the second inning in this pitcher's duel. Vickmeyer, the pitch, outside for ball 2. We'll be back here tomorrow, 12:30, for a doubleheader tomorrow. See who will advance to state out of this regional. The pitch, foul back. We at Zaleski Sports getting ready for fall high school athletics. After this game, Olivia will be getting herself prepped for volleyball, football, and soccer. I've got one more set of baseball games tomorrow, and that should wrap it up for me for the season, fouled off. Katie Lecton will step into the producer's chair tomorrow. Vickmeyer gets the sign. Davis waiting patiently in the box. The pitch. And down on strikes goes Davis. So 3 strikeouts in the inning. No runs here in the 6th. We head to the bottom of the 6th, 1-0 Eau Claire. You're watching WBA Regional Baseball on Zaleski Sports.
Big Putts is the greatest indoor mini golf experience in the universe, as determined by unofficial independent voting. Big Putts on South 27th Street in Greenfield is open 7 days a week. Plan your next night out, weekend, birthday party, company outing, or an afternoon delight of mini golf at Big Putts. After a round of golf, test your skill in the area's best arcade. Big Putts on South 27th Street in Greenfield and Big Putts on Facebook. I like Big Putts and I cannot lie.
From humble beginnings in 1904, the Wheatrick family has grown Grassland Dairy Products into one of the largest processors of butter in the nation. Based in Greenwood, Wisconsin, the family and its hundreds of employees continue their pursuit of providing high-quality products that can proudly be served in restaurants and homes across America.
Welcome back to Zaleski Sports broadcast of WBA Regional Baseball from Wisconsin Rapids, Southwood County Park. Joe Anderson here, joined on production by Miss Olivia Zimmerman. We head to the bottom of the 6th inning. It's 1-0. Rivermen, a pitcher's duel between Jesse Urbanik and Hunter Vickmeyer. Only run scored in the second inning. And Viroqua will bring to the plate here in the bottom of the 6th, Hunter Vickmeyer, Evan Hubach, and Brandon Statler. Winner of this tournament will move on to the state level, which I believe will be next weekend. And of course, I just see that tonight is the last 8 p.m. sunset for 2024. Every sunset from now on will be after 8 p.m. until May 7th of 2025. Fall is coming, friends. Some people like fall. I'm not a real big fall person. I'm more like spring and summer. You should play baseball in the summer. You can broadcast baseball in the summer. Vickmeyer with a 3-1 count. Now 3-2. Both of these pitchers have really thrown well today. Popped up. Will it stay in play? Yes, it will. Davis is under it and makes the play for the first out. Hubach 0 for 2. Flew out the right and grounded out to the pitcher.
The catcher, number 18, Evan Hubach.
Hubach takes the first pitch, and Gray cannot come up with the catch. That would have been a tough catch. I'm going to give him a hit. Gray would have had to have been Roberto Clemente to get that catch. I know it hit off his glove, but that was slicing away, running to his right, wind blowing. No excuses, just going to give him a hit. And another one to right field. And on his horse is Hubach. And a double for Brandon Statler, and the bats have woken up for Viroqua here in the bottom of the 6th. Tying run at third, go-ahead run at second with 1 out. Jordan Hauser, the batter. Jordan, a walk, an RBI, and a double, and a run scored. Tied at 1. They're going to have a defensive conference. Go-ahead run at second base for Viroqua.
The third baseman, number 19, Jacob Potter.
And they intentionally walk Hauser to load the bases. Looking to get a double play here. Tied at 1. Force out at any base. Strike called. 0-2. Infield in. Davison on the grass at first base. Same way with Jensen and Sturz. And Potter hits a fly ball foul down the right field line. Count remains 0-2. This is an interesting time in the ball game because the sun is starting to set, the lights are starting to take effect. It's kind of hard to adjust your eyes if you're a batter. 0-2. Here's the pitch. Ground ball through the hole at first. 1 run is in. 2 runs are in. And he's out at third. So Jacob Potter with a 2 RBI single puts Viroqua in the lead. Comes up big. Hauser thrown out at third.
Center fielder, number 24, Gavin Gillitzer.
So 2 outs. Runner at first. Jacob Potter with a 2-out, 2 RBI single at first. Glitzer the batter, 1 for 2. Single in the second, popped up to first in the fourth. Viroqua tied the game in the fourth. Have now taken the lead here in the sixth. Ground ball, Jensen to Davis, and that'll end the inning. Big inning for the Viroqua Sox as they score 2. It's now 3-1 Viroqua as we head to the 7th inning. You are watching WBA Baseball on Zaleski Sports.
Why work for Staub Construction?
Everybody around you is just family.
Everybody seems to bond together and get along good, and
they, I believe, truly care about their employees.
Staub has a great benefits package.
Staub is an employee-owned company that puts a large emphasis on work-life balance.
And everybody wants to see everybody succeed. It's a good place to work.
Join the team at Staub Construction. Apply now at staubco.com.
You're tuned in to Better Halves. Mike, what are you looking for?
Skip, I'm not getting older. I'm getting better. I still got big plans for my life and my Medicare.
I know exactly what you want from Medicare. Same as all the other guys. Me!
Hey, Mike, I'm Sheila from Security, and I'm just like you. In fact, I'm from your neighborhood, and I've got a Medicare plan that treats you like you.
Did it just get better in here?
Welcome back. We head to the top of the 7th inning. Viroqua 3, Eau Claire 1. Joe Anderson, Olivia Zimmerman bringing you this contest, our 3rd game of the day. Thanks for tuning in. We know Josh is watching from Durand. Feel free to chime in on the live chat page on Facebook. Tell us where you're watching from. Got a pretty good crowd viewing our matchup tonight. Jake Becker will lead things off for Eau Claire. They led 1-0 until Viroqua tied it in the 4th, and now Viroqua with 2 in the bottom of the 6th. It's now 3-1. Eau Claire in their matchup against the Brill Millers earlier today scored 3 runs in the first, and that was it. They were shut out for the rest of the game and lost 4-3. Fair ball. And the first out as Becker grounds out. Sawyer stirs the batter. Sawyer 0 for 2. Ground out. Fly out, but did pick up an RBI. As his ground out brought in Jake Becker from third. Swing and a miss for strike 2. And a strikeout stirs. And Hunter Vickmeyer throwing smoke. Lanky right-hander for the Sox of Viroqua. Tyler Gray, the right fielder, steps in 0 for 2. Reached on an error in the second and grounded out to Jordan Hauser in the 5th. We're talking about the weather. It's just kind of ironic. We're in pullovers and sweaters and sweatshirts right now on the 11th of August. And in fact, I'm thinking about on the way home, I'm going to turn the heat on. I turned it on last time when I drove back from the farm. which is about 100 miles south of here and probably about 90 miles south of here from Rapids. But don't worry, kids. As soon as school starts, it'll become 85 degrees and beautiful out while you're sitting in a classroom with no windows. Do you have air conditioning here at Lincoln? Yeah, if they turn it on. She said yes, they do, but they have to turn the air conditioning on. I have central air in my home, but I don't like to turn it on because when I do, I look out. I go outside for a moment and I see the electrical meter going. Just see those dollar signs going to the utility company. Yeesh. So we turn the fans on and keep the shades drawn and know how to pull in some cool air at night. Full count, ground ball foul down the first baseline. 2 out, base is empty. I know it was pretty uncomfortable, hot and muggy and stuffy last week, but friends, I'd rather have that than shoveling snow. And Gray goes down on strikes to end the top of the 7th. We head for the 7th inning stretch. 3-1. Viroqua leading Eau Claire. You're watching WBA baseball action on Zaleski Sports.
Bauer & Feind has been based in Marshfield since 1955. And if you're in business that long, you're obviously doing many things right. We always focus on selling world-class products, backing it up with world-class customer support.
Working with Bauer & Feind Business Technologies has been a pleasure. We have staff on call that we can call if we ever have issues, and the printer usability has been really easy, user-friendly.
Give us a call, visit our website. We'd be happy to come in, talk to you. Maybe there's a way we can help you save some money and work more efficiently.
You know, Paul, what we're looking for today first is that basic shopper, the one that's going to go for fruit that's in season right now, because those are the easy picks, the raspberry, the strawberry, the blueberry. But the experts, the one who are going to get the job done today and shine bright on a day like today, those are the ones shopping for the mangoes.
And when you think about vegetables at the grocery store, really there's a lot at stake, because at this point your next stop is the meat market. You don't want to be chicken when you go ahead and pick out your vegetables. You got to make sure you got the right pairing.
You know, when you double clutch on your list, that's when things quickly spiral out of control.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We have a pitching change for the Rivermen. It'll be number 16, Wyatt Draves, now on the hill. Pitching line for Jesse Urbanek of Eau Claire. 6 innings, 6 hits, 4 walks, no strikeouts, 3 runs allowed, and did not hit a batter. Kind of tough when you only give up 3 runs and you're relieved. He pitched well. And Draves now on the hill for the Rivermen. And Tate Knutson leads things off for Viroqua here. It'll be 9-1-2 after the 7th inning stretch. Knutson, fielder's choice, fly out to left. Fly ball center field. Lettner makes the catch for out number 1. Doubleheader tomorrow, 12:30 and 3:30. So Holman will play Brill tomorrow. Actually, they'll play, I think, Rapids. And the winner of this game will play, winner of game 2 will be Brill and Viroqua, if I read this right. Griffin Olson, the batter. 1-2 count to him. Griffin, walk. Pop up, pop up. And called out on strikes. 2 out, 2 up, 2 down. Ryan Kim, the batter, 0 for 3. 2 fly outs and a ground out. First inning of work for Wyatt Draves on the hill. First pitch grounded to Draves. He throws to first. And a quick inning for the relief pitcher for the Rivermen. We head to the 8th. 3-1, Viroqua. You're watching WBA baseball on Zaleski Sports.
Welcome to Bruce Orthodontics, where we provide comprehensive orthodontic care to patients of all ages. We are now accepting new patients, and we accept most insurances.
Orthodontics is much more than just a job to me. It is my passion and my life. What separates us from other orthodontists is constant continuing education for myself and my staff, compassion, and dedication. Here at Bruce Orthodontics, we change lives one smile at a time. I'd love the opportunity to meet you and transform your smile.
Call us to set up your free consultation today.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to WBA Regional Tournament action here on Zaleski Sports. My name is Joe Anderson, providing play-by-play. My excellent producer is Miss Olivia Zimmerman, working her last baseball game of the season for us here at Zaleski Sports. She's got a full day of activity scheduled for tomorrow, so we wish her well and safe travels. Katie Lecton will come in to fill the producer's chair tomorrow for the doubleheader. Now, if I read the schedule right and who won when, it should be Game 1, Holman and Wisconsin Rapids, and Game 2, Brill versus Viroqua. I will double check before we go off the air. Shula leads things off here in the top of the 8th for Eau Claire. Shula 0 for 2. And Hunter Vickmeyer continues to throw hard and throw strikes. Gave up only 1 run in the second inning. Jake Becker hit a triple with 1 out, and Sawyer Sturs drove him in when he grounded out. It's the only run of the game for Eau Claire. And Shula draws the walk to lead off the top of the 8th inning. Rivermen scored 3 in their contest against Brill. First game of the afternoon and in the first inning, and that was it. They were shut out the rest of the game and lost 4-3. And Lance Lettner now for the Rivermen steps in. 0 for 3. He's grounded out to either second base or third. The light's really now starting to take effect. You can kind of see what I mean when I say they really light this place up. There's enough twilight yet to kind of diffuse the lights, but this is usually a tough one, tough time of the night to be a hitter because there's just enough twilight yet to make it the lights above not really take effect. 0-2 the count. Here's the pitch. Called the ball. Well, thanks, Josh, for chiming in and writing a comment on the chat page. Anybody else wants to write in, please go ahead. Tell us where you're watching from. We've got a good group of people tuned in. Thanks for your viewership. We do really appreciate it here at Zaleski Sports. Enjoy bringing you games live and free. If you ever go to a page that says Zaleski Sports and you have to pay to watch, that's baloney. Ground ball could be 2. And they did get him, but not much. Stadler, it was a slow roller to second. As Shula will advance to second. Shula had to watch where that ball went and to make sure that it didn't hit him. Stadler had to wait on the ball. They pitch low and away for ball 1. Brett Jensen, the batter. Brett with a single, a ground out, and a strikeout. Vickmeyer really throws that fastball hard. You can hear it pop all the way up here in the catcher's mitt. 2-1 the count. 1 out. Runner at second for Eau Claire. And they try to get him in a pickle, but he's back in time. Is Shula. Swing and a miss for strike 2. This is pool play, and obviously whoever has the most wins, if there's a tie, then they have to start looking at other tiebreakers. I believe one of them is runs scored or runs not allowed. I'm not really sure. I'm not going to say that I know for certain what that is, but there's tiebreakers. But this is pool play. 6 teams. The Holman features the Rapids Redhawks, the Gem Falls Sturgeons, the Viroqua Sox, the Brill Millers, and the Eau Claire Rivermen in the 2 pools being played here in this regional this weekend. 2-2 the count. Here's the pitch. Inside. Called strike 3 by Mr. Horn. 2 down. Neese, the batter. Andy flew out the center, struck out, but then reached first on the wild pitch. And was stranded at second in the 6th inning. Ground ball knocked down by Potter at third. He gets up, throws it over to first. And I don't think he got it. He didn't control it, and that's got to be a hit. You're going to give him an error, boys? All right. On who, first or third? They're going to call an E3. So the tying run is at first. Shula is at third. And Efforts, the big third baseman, flew out the center and 2 walks. Hits a grounder to Olson at short. They'll get the out at 2, and that will end the threat. 7.5 complete. Viroqua 3. Eau Claire 1. You're watching WBA regional action on Zaleski Sports.
You're tuned in to Better Halves. Mike, what are you looking for?
Skip, I'm not getting older. I'm getting better. I still got big plans for my life and my Medicare.
I know exactly what you want from Medicare. Same as all the other guys. Me!
Hey, Mike, I'm Sheila from Security, and I'm just like you. In fact, I'm from your neighborhood, and I've got a Medicare plan that treats you like you.
Did it just get better in here?
Culligan Water delivers. From your first call, to your first sip, to your first soak. Culligan, give us a tap. The only water that comes with a van.
Rich, creamy, and fun. Point Craft Soda. Caffeine free, made with 100% real sugar. From Stevens Point Brewery.
We're back here at Southwood County Park in Wisconsin Rapids for WBA Regional Tournament Baseball here on Zaleski Sports. Olivia Zimmerman, my producer. My name is Joe Anderson. Thanks for tuning in. Bottom of the 8th, and Viroqua leading 3-1. Hunter Vickmeyer, Evan Hubach, and Brandon Stadler due up for the Sox. Vickmeyer to Efforts. Over to Davis. One up, one out. Pretty much a pitcher's duel. The only run given up by Vickmeyer of Viroqua in the second inning. Jesse Urbanek started for Eau Claire, gave up a run in the 4th and 2 in the 6th. Otherwise, pretty strong pitching for both teams. High fly ball, left field. Shula will find it and get the out and left. Wind seems to have decreased now with the sun going down. And Brandon Stadler, 1 for 3 with a run scored in the 6th. And a double in the 6th inning. Viroqua with 1 in the 4th and 2 in the 6th to take the lead. Ground ball to short. Stirs. Davis. And that'll end the inning. 3 up, 3 down. Last chance for the Rivermen here coming up in the 9th. They trail 3-1. You're watching WBA Regional Baseball action here on Zaleski Sports.
A&B Process Systems has been a proud member of the Stratford community since 1973. You can find your next career in engineering, welding, and more at A&B Process Systems. Our campus also includes our exclusive Factory Acceptance Testing Center with full-service testing capabilities to ensure that your equipment will perform to your expectations. Visit A&B Process Systems on Facebook today for more information. Today's game is brought to you by Toyson Ford. Stop in at Toyson Ford to pick out your new ride. Come see why all your friends and neighbors say you'll find a friend at Toyson Ford. An SC Swiderski apartment or home is certain to be where you want to live, work, and play throughout the Chippewa Valley. No matter where you live, look to SC Swiderski to make you feel right at home. Wall-to-Wall Carpet One, located on East Hamilton Avenue in Eau Claire. Give Wall-to-Wall Carpet One a call at 715-598-4485. Since 2009, Momentum Baseball Academy has been leading baseball instruction in western Wisconsin. Momentum Baseball Academy, official partner of the Eau Claire Express.
Jamming out the 60s tunes here as we head to the top of the 9th inning. Joe Anderson, Olivia Zimmerman working what might be her last inning, well, will be for sure her last inning of summer baseball for Zaleski Sports on production. Hunter Vickmeyer now in the 9th inning. Davis will lead things off here in the top of the 9th for the Rivermen. Pitching the turf, it's 2-1. Davis, Becker, and Sturz due up for the Rivermen. Just cannot get the bats going, can the Rivermen? The pitch. Fly ball right field. Knutson can't locate it. He knew it was there, he just couldn't find it. And that's a leadoff double for the Rivermen with nobody out. And Becker, the batter, Jake had a screaming triple in the second inning, which led to the only run of the game for Eau Claire. Since then, he struck out and grounded out, catcher to first base. So 1 for 3 is Jake Becker. 3-1 in favor of Viroqua. Hunter Vickmeyer, 2 hits, 3 walks, 3 hits, 3 walks, struck out 10. Vickmeyer, the pitch. Gotta wonder if he isn't starting to tire here. Once you get tired, you get anxious, you overthrow. See if he can get his focus. Last 2 pitches have been on the outside of the strike zone. The pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 2. 3-2 the count to Jake Becker. A leadoff double for James Davis. And now Becker, full count. Vickmeyer, the pitch. Chop foul. John Kromenacher, the tournament manager over there by the Rivermen's dugout. And called strike 3 for the first out. Strikeout number 11 for Vickmeyer. Bring up Sawyer Sturz. Sturz the shortstop. Ground out. Fly out. Strikeout. Did have an RBI in the second. Takes ball 1. Vickmeyer wanted that, but that was outside. I'll tell you, Hubach is doing a great job of framing some pitches behind the plate. And they're going to call timeout and get everything reset. Game 3 of 3 today. Started at 12:30. We'll be back here tomorrow at 12:30 to bring you a doubleheader. Foul back. 1-1 the count. If I look at the schedule right and I've figured it out, our 12:30 game will be Holman versus Wisconsin Rapids, and our 3:30 game will be Brill versus Viroqua. Ground ball to short. Olson over to first. And the Rivermen are down to their last out. James Davis at third. And the tying run, Tyler Gray at bat. Gray reached on an error, grounded out to first, and struck out.
Right fielder, number 13, Tyler Gray.
And swings and fouls off for strike 1. Game 1 today at 12:30 was Brill 4, Eau Claire 3. Game 2, Jim Falls came back to beat Holman 8-7. And Viroqua leading Eau Claire here 3-1 with 2 outs in the 9th inning. Inside for a ball. The run at third really doesn't mean anything. It's the batter. He's the tying run. And Tyler Gray. They throw over to third. I mean, you want to kind of try to keep him honest at third, but if he scores, it doesn't make a difference. It's the lad at the plate. If he scores, that makes the difference. Count is 1-1, 2 outs for Eau Claire, trailing by 2. The pitch. Taken for a ball, and Vickmeyer wanted that pitch and didn't get it. Thought he had it. Mr. Horn said no. Two and 1, the count. Gray awaits the pitch from Vickmeyer. Here it is. Foul back, strike 2. Rivermen down to their last strike. Full count, 3-2. Vickmeyer. Set. Delivers. Strike 3. Ball game for the Viroqua Sox as they pick up the victory 3-1 over the Eau Claire Rivermen. The win to Hunter Vickmeyer. 12 strikeouts in the contest. Gets the win. Walked only 3, gave up only 3 hits and 1 run. Jesse Urbanic takes the loss, 6 innings, 6 hits, 4 walks, 3 runs given up. Wyatt Draves pitched 2 innings, struck out 1, no runs, no hits, no walks. But a tight pitcher's duel goes to the men from Viroqua. Tomorrow, we have a doubleheader for you on the network. I'll be here with Katie Lecton. Game 1 will feature Holman and Wisconsin Rapids. If I read the schedule right, that's who should be our first game. And our second game would feature Brill and Viroqua. Great triple header of baseball here today from Southwood County Park in Wisconsin Rapids. Got to give a big shout out to my producer, Olivia Zimmerman. This young lady, I haven't had a chance to work with her much, but when I do, I know how good she is. She's outstanding. She's got a bright future, and I wish her nothing but the best. I hope we paths cross during the season for fall and winter. Okay? Thank you, Miss Zimmerman. I appreciate it. I'll be here tomorrow with Katie Lecton. Doubleheader. Tune in tomorrow starting at 12:30. Again, final score in game number 3. Viroqua 3, Eau Claire 1. You're watching. This is Joe Anderson again for Olivia Zimmerman saying thanks for watching. We'll see you tomorrow. Have a great evening, everybody.
Hip impingement and hip labral tears are common causes of hip and groin pain and are often the result of repetitive use from crouching sports or trauma. Today, we are visiting Eau Claire, Wisconsin. Dr. Carlson, a partner with Chippewa Valley Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, is in the forefront of using a newer procedure called hip arthroscopy, which allows minimally invasive access to a joint and treatments to problems never addressed before. Using hip arthroscopy, Dr. Carlson is able to repair tissue without dislocating the hip and without replacing it.
Hip arthroscopy is where a surgeon takes a camera on the end of a long wand, which we call a scope, and through a small poke hole incision in your skin, delivers that scope into a joint. In this particular case, we're talking about hip arthroscopy, where that scope would be put in the hip joint. The hip joint first has to be dislocated or the ball and socket pulled apart. When that's pulled apart, we can access the joint and look around and do the work we're talking about doing. Once inside the joint, through other portals, we call them, those poke holes that we use to access the joint, we can use other instruments, again on the end of a long wand, to perform the work inside the joint. Things like repairing the cartilage rim of the socket, called a labrum, fixing cartilage defects or problems on the head of the ball or the lining of the socket, repairing tissue around the hip, such as ligaments or capsule, repairing tendons that attach to the hip, or releasing them if need be, depending on the particular problem.
Dr. Carlson's goal is to eliminate the segment of untreated patients or patients with delayed treatment who have curable hip pathology, educating potential patients and their providers that these symptoms are not things they need to live with, or that they are not from their back or groin pulls or early arthritis. Few orthopedic surgeons are operating on hips through a scope because it is a newer and technically difficult surgery. Therefore, certain diagnoses may be missed by physicians not familiar with these newer treatment options.
Patients I see with hip joint pain that can be fixed and not just replaced can range from their mid-teens or younger teens to 50, 60 years old. In the past, patients who had labral tears in their hip were told that they may have some pre-arthritis or an early arthritic problem. They may be told that they were just prone to frequent groin pulls in the sport of their choice. And taking some time away from their sport, they may sometimes be able to return to the sport with just continued pain. And fortunately now, with our knowledge of the concept of labral tears and our ability to treat that problem, we can take people who are otherwise just waiting 20 years to undergo a hip replacement, or just feeling that they can't ever participate in that activity because they'll just keep getting groin pulls. We can take that person, we can make them better, we can fix their problem, we can bring them back to their sport and allow them to continue to develop as an athlete or as a worker or whatever particular activity they're trying to do where that hip was affecting them.
Chippewa Valley Orthopedics and Sports Medicine has been committed to the healthcare needs of patients in western Wisconsin for over 45 years. Their success and reputation as an outstanding orthopedic clinic can be attributed to the teamwork of their friendly, knowledgeable physicians and staff.
Here at Chippewa Valley Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, we have 12 partners, orthopedics, neurosurgery, non-operative spine, and foot and ankle. We really pride ourselves in listening closely to the patients and hearing what they're saying, spending a lot of time engaging in the conversation of what is really bothering that person.
After meeting with the patient, Dr. Carlson determined that his difficulties had all been related to painful hip impingement.
It was incredibly important for me to meet with a doctor that understood sports and athletics and kind of just how I wanted to continue that lifestyle instead of just kind of shutting it down. So meeting with someone like Dr. Carlson was incredibly important to me because he understood how I still wanted to be active after a surgery and still wanted to maintain my daily lifestyle.
While visiting with Dr. Carlson, we learned that he grew up skiing and continues to ski competitively across the country and also enjoys hunting, fishing, and hiking. He is passionate that his patients' goals are his goals. Whether it is getting them back to playing with their kids, working aggressively, or competing in sports, his patients are more active and enjoy their lives.
When I see those people so happy with themselves, so happy with their decision to have this fixed or to go through this process, as scary as it sometimes is, if you don't know what's on the other side, it's so satisfying for me.